Evaporation is when the sun boils the water into vapor and then the vapor goes into the sky forming clouds.
Condensation is when the water rises and makes a cloud and mixes with dust and bacteria.
Precipitation is when the clouds get heavy and the water vapor drops.
Accumulation is when the clouds carry too much water and rain, and when that all goes back into the river, sea, or lake. Evaporation is when the sun heats up water and water vapor goes in the sky. Condensation is when water vapor goes in the sky and pieces of dust combine to make a cloud. Precipitation is when water vapor fills the clouds up, and when they are nice and puffy and full, they fall out as rain, snow, or hail.
When precipitation happens, it falls into rivers and streams. These flow above and underground, and the water goes back to where it started. It goes back to the sea, lakes, etc. This is called accumulation.
Evaporation is when the sun warms up the rivers, seas, and more wet stuff outside. It's then water vapor. Condensation is when the water vapor starts to get cold in the air and it mixes with chemicals and dust to form a cloud. This is how precipitation works. So the clouds will be grey and it will rain, snow, hail, and when it's raining it will water trees, plants, and make puddles.
Accumulation is where it rains, then it goes down mountains or hills and into the sea, lake, or stream.
This process is called evaporation.
When the water vapor goes high up into a cold sky, it mixes up with minerals and dust in the sky, and then they form a cloud. This stage is called condensation.
As you can see, we got a word called precipitation. This means when the clouds get full of rain and pours on us and makes some people wet. Some people try to make God try to stop it, but it is not God. This is accumulation, and the water goes back into the lake or sea.
This is evaporation. The sun will suck up all the water, also known as water vapor. It goes into the clouds.
Condensation is where water vapor cools and turns into droplets, which forms a cloud. Precipitation is where rain falls from the sky, or snow and hail can fall from the sky too.
Accumulation. Accumulation is when all the water joins together again.
Evaporation is when the sun beats down on a bit of water and dries it up. Water will become water vapor to turn to a cloud. That's condensation.
Precipitation is when the cloud can't hold any more water, so it'll drop the water.
Accumulation is when water from a high ground goes back to the sea, lake, stream, or river. When this happens, the water goes underground and it flows through mud and soil. This is called a runoff. Evaporation is the first part of rain. It is when water gets hot to then go up to the clouds. Condensation is when water vapor cools and turns into droplets, which form a cloud. Precipitation means when the clouds get full and all the rains go to the mountains. Accumulation is when the water of the rain goes into river, lakes, and more.